Well, hello, happy campers. Tony here again, back with another RV review. And this time it's a world premiere, ooh la la, of the Ember RV E-Series Spark 12RK. And that name is longer than this trailer, I think. And what you have here is effectively what's called a square drop trailer. Essentially what that is it's a teardrop trailer, but square. So you get a better kitchen than normally you'd get in a teardrop trailer, but it's configured the way you'd figure a teardrop is, right? There's a front bedroom, and then the kitchen is kind of, you're standing there at the back of the trailer. And it's a cool little design, doesn't break any ground, but what you do get is a very affordable package here. So this is a new offering from Ember, and we got to see it at the Overland Expo West. And something about the Overland Expo West, it was enormous. There were 400 vendors and 250 seminars and all of this stuff. But another thing there were a whole lot of these types of trailers, off-road, overlanding, teardroppy, small trailers, right? And some of these little trailers were like $50,000-$60,000. So the fact that the base price of this Ember RV E-Series Spark 12RK, so the fact that this is under $18,000 says a lot, but don't think that this is a cheap trailer. Ember has done a good job with these. They're a laminated trailer. You do get torsion axle suspension, for example, a high performance vent fan. It's a metal cabinetry in the kitchen, and a lot of quality features without being over the top. So it's a great value in a small trailer. One of the things that I was impressed with is the front sleeping compartment is actually pretty darn big. And there are two mattress pads in here, so you could have one for sitting and one for sleeping, or two for sleeping, whatever, or double up and get an extra thick pad. When the two mattress pads are folded flat, it's essentially a California king in there. So that's pretty cool. And there's actually decent storage in the compartment. Out back is a kitchen, and I got to speak with one of Ember's co-founders, Christopher Barth, and what he told me is they specifically excluded some features like a 12-volt fridge, figuring that a lot of the people who buy these probably already have one. I mean, I've got two, and a third one is on the way, so there you go. It does have a flat top griddle, and there is a sink with a water system, pressurized water system, 23-gallon holding tank, 23-gallon freshwater tank, no gray tank and no black tank. So what do you do with the gray water? Well, one option is you stick a bucket underneath, but if you're doing the leave no trace, then dispose of the water properly, or you could, if you're at a campground, run a hose to the sewer if you're at a full hookup site. So there's options, and it does save a lot of space and money to not have a gray tank. One of the interesting things about this trailer is there are a lot of options. So the base model is pretty, it's sparsely equipped, although, like I say, good base features, but not a lot of fancy features. So you can get water heater, and it's a tankless water heater. You can get a furnace. You can get an air conditioner. You can get a roof rack. You can get 200 watts of solar or 400 watts of solar with an inverter. You can get an awning. You can get a batwing awning. So a good number of options in this trailer. So you can kind of outfit it the way you want. One of the things I did like is a lot of these trailers that have the wheels outside the chassis, outside the body of the trailer. So you have a narrower body, and then the wheels kind of stick out. A lot of those wheel enclosures, the wheel housings, say don't step on that. Well, this one does not. This one says those are a step. So Ember RV's decision makers tend to go camping and actually use their product, dog fooding as it's called. So little examples of that show why this is a good trailer. Something to know, Ember RVs come in a variety of series. So there is the Ember E-Series, which is the essential. There's the Ember Overland series, which is sort of a overlanding, off-roady, kind of adventure-focused models. And then there's the Ember Touring editions, which are kind of traditional travel trailer. So you would think that kind of an adventure-looking, teardrop-y type of small trailer that you, let's say you might tow it with a Jeep, would be part of Overland series, but it's not. And the reason is the Overland series uses pretty advanced suspensions. They have the Stargazer window. They are just built differently and really built for significant adventure. And you look at this trailer and go, well, yeah, that's the truth here too, right? But no, this is part of the E-Series or Essential. So as mentioned, there are a lot of options on this. It is priced very affordably, so it fits in their E-Series. And I think, yeah, it's a little confusing, but I'm not the guy who made the decision, right? So it does fit in terms of, if you look at what components are used to build this trailer, like torsion axle suspension and no Stargazer window and some of the other things on this trailer, then it kind of fits in the E-Series, but so, oh well, like I say, I'm not the guy who made the decision. I don't think it's a bad decision. It's kind of neither here nor there. But when I was first looking at Ember's website to see if they had posted this, because it was so new when I saw it, I didn't see it in the Overland series. Oh, then I guess they haven't posted. And then, yeah, there it was in the under E-Series. So the weird stuff that rattles around in my brain, right? Overall, I like it. It's a very affordable, well-constructed trailer that you can kind of outfit the way you want. And I think Ember is going to do well with this. So on our RV report card, the trailer got 4 out of 5 stars. And we have the details of that here. And we do have a full article about this trailer with even more details at our home on the web at stresslesscamping.com, where you can also find a ton of other RV reviews, deals and discounts, stories of places to go, a lot of RVing tips and more. So with that, thank you very much for your time and stressless camping.